Casey at the Bat by Ernest Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Clooney died at first and Burroughs did the same, a bell-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as also did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon the stricken multitude, grim melancholy set, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, all the men sat what had occurred. There was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hug in third. Then from 5,000 throats, and more there rose a yell. It rumbled through the valley, and it rattled through the dell. It pounded on the mountain, and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was an ease in Casey's demeanor as he stepped into his place. There was a pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile like Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger to the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then, while withering pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A snarl curled upon Casey's lip. And now the lever-gathered spear came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching in it haughty grand there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the bitches, Blackwood people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm of waves on a stern and a distant shore. Kill him, kill the umpire, someone shouted in the stand. It's like they'd killed him had Casey not raised his hand. With a smile of Christian clarity, Casey's vision shone. He styled on the raising tollman and played the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dune sparrow flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two." "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and an echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grown stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer gone from Casey's lip, his teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence, his bat upon the plate, and now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.